Valerie Jarrett, who is the senior most advisor to President Obama and Michelle Obama, sat down for an interview with Campbell Brown over at CNN. Now, nobody saw it except me and Angry Rich, but we're making sure they have at least 2 viewers.
It's our duty.
It is our duty.
Do you think Fox News is biased?
Well, of course they're biased. Of course they are.
Then do you also think that MSNBC is biased?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Uh-oh. A little problem there with the White House narrative. Somebody brought up MSNBC. Yeah, their outlook on the presidency this time and last time.
Well, you know what? I want to do everything I can to make this thing work.
Oh, suck up. Why don't you?
And
this advice, Mr. Bush, shut the hell up.
Okay, well, that's just a reminder. I'll give you more of that later. But meantime, so what did Valerie Jarrett say when confronted with the issue of MSNBC?
Well, you know what? This is a thing. I don't want to just generalize all Fox is biased or that another station is biased. I think what we want to do is to look at it on a case-by-case basis. And when we see a pattern of distortion, we're going to be honest about that pattern of distortion.
Okay, a pattern of distortion.
What else is this but fascism?
We are actually calling everybody out. So this isn't anything that's simply directed at Fox.
Whoa! We're going to call everybody out? This isn't simply directed at Fox? Did we hear any objection to stuff like this?
I have to tell you, a little chill in my legs right now. That is an amazing moment in history right there.
Star is born.
Star is born.
The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I mean, I don't have that too often.
Steady.
So much of what you say just grabs people like me. Well, I'm very positive about the whole thing, and I love the speech by Barack Obama. I get emotional when I watch these. I mean, he gets to me. They're cool people. They are really cool. They were.
You couldn't expect them to object at being praised endlessly. I mean, I'm sure they were quite flattered. But did they object when the bias from MSNBC was going in the other direction and some really ugly things were being said?
A pathological presidential liar or an idiot in chief.
No, there was no objection to that, was there?
So the Republican offer of return compromise, well, maybe they'll stop trying to shout the president down, and they certainly won't call him the N-word. Probably.
There was no objection to that out-and-out racism, was there?
Get them to print you a T-shirt with fascist on it.
I don't remember them saying anything about that.
You, Mr. Bush, are a bald-faced liar.
I know. I certainly don't remember any objection to a lack of decorum.
Remember, we were worried, or the Obama camp and the Clinton camp were both worried he might be booed coming out. Right. Instead, he got 3.5 minutes of applause before they let him talk.
I certainly didn't object to any of that, did they? Or
what else is this but fascism?
No, they didn't object to any of that stuff. They didn't object to MSNBC's out-and-out bias, either in praise of Obama or condemning President Bush.
Awkward.
In a way, Obama's standing above the country, above the world. He's sort of God.
Savannah Guthrie, of course, is our White House correspondent. Savannah, let me just start with you. The shock factor. I mean, you've got that seat right there by where the president walked out. Were you surprised?
Shocked is more like it, Nora. I felt a little bit like I was having a dream sequence.
A dream? There is your unbiased MSNBC in the view, evidently, in the view of the White House. Who's more fair and balanced, actually? Fox or MSNBC suck up? Stephen in Miami, Florida.
You have a very difference here. Fox lies. That's all they do. It's a difference between telling journalistic stories of the
Give
day.
me a lie.
Fox all out lie.
Give me a lie. Give me a lie. Give me a lie. Give me an example. Give me a lie.
Okay. He's not a citizen. Okay.
Fox doesn't do that. Fox doesn't do that. Fox does not do birthers.
He's not a citizen. You guys promote Fox. Now I will say you, but Fox News promote all of the lies. And I'm gonna tell you,
give me a lie.
Thing that the ratings are so high.
Give me a lie.
Okay, I'll give you a lie. How about he sat in the pew for 20 years listening to a preacher say,
he did.
I hate America, I hate America.
He did.
That's not a lie. What is it?
Well, he did.
He admitted it.
Okay, so he didn't. No preacher is just going to spew out. God damn America! For 20 years.
Wait a minute. Come on. He admitted it. He gave a big speech about I sat in the pews and now I got to throw this guy under the bus.
What about Iran-Contra? Bush had all of those cronies in from Iran-Contra who had blood on their arms. But
Fox didn't exist during Iran-Contra.
Okay,
God.
What about...
I'm sensing a pattern here.
How would you describe the pattern,
I really can't.
Donnie in Dallas, Texas.
Tony Snow came from Fox News and went to the press box for the president.
Excuse me, Chris Matthews worked for the most powerful Democrat in the House of Representatives. Joe Scarborough was a congressman. Bathtub Boy was a sportscaster. Ed Schultz was a liberal. I mean, shall I go on? Rachel Maddow has never been in the news at all. Is just a left-wing activist. What is your point?
What did that have to do with what I just said?
You're trying to say that there's something wrong with Tony Snow having left Fox and gone to the White House?
If that's not showing a tremendous bias, I don't know what else does, John.
Well, I mean, he left his job at Fox News.
They asked him to come to the White House, John. What if Keith Olbermann would have became Barack's spokesperson? You would have
He is. He is his spokesperson.
In an official capacity.
In an official capacity? I don't know what else you need other than this.
And the design of the speech itself, there seems to have been a touch of greatness.
A touch of greatness. Oh, by the way, Donnie, may I inform you, the day after the White House launched this war against Fox, there was a meeting at the White House with President Obama and some media people. Wait a second. Keith Olbermann, Rachel Maddow, Frank Rich, Maureen Dowd. It was the left-wing clavern that showed up there, and Obama gave vent, was the quote, gave vent to his anger about Fox, and we haven't heard Keith Olbermann confess yet what exactly was said by the president in that meeting, nor have we heard Ms. Maddow. These people are covering up for him. They praise him.
Doggy, did it work?
They praise him. They get him elected. They lie for him. They do everything they can for him. Donnie, you want to attack Fox, but you want to ignore the bias of these other media.
I'm not ignoring it.
Yes, you are. You were saying somehow Fox is worse. When have you ever heard on Fox someone say about the President of the United States,
this advice, Mr. Bush, shut the hell up.
When have you ever heard anything that disrespectful on Fox about President Obama?
Please let me answer.
Please do.
Glenn Beck, he's a racist. He got a deep-seated hatred for white people.
What else is this but fascism? Get them to print you a T-shirt with fascist on it. The pathological presidential liar or an idiot in chief. You, Mr. Bush, are a bald-faced liar.
I'll tell you what, you give me one, I'll give you 15. Rob in Philly.
The Fox News, the difference between Fox News and MSNBC, for example, Fox News is the only one who says it's fair and balanced. Do you ever wonder why it is that Fox News, the people who like Fox News, get so defensive if you say that they're biased? I know tons of liberals. They don't get defensive.
Oh, really? Accuse the New York Times of being biased. Accuse ABC News of being biased. Watch them get their dander up.
I didn't say ABC News for one thing. I was comparing MSNBC, which is obviously very biased.
Thank
Fox
you.
News, which is obviously very biased.
Oh, really? Why don't you go and compare it? Does MSNBC? Let's take their biggest show, Bathtub Boys show. Is there ever? And I defy you to name me one. Is there ever a conservative on that program talking to that host, that guy who sat in the bathtub rather than doing his show during the Lewinsky scandal? Is there ever a conservative or anyone who disagrees with him?
On Keith Olbermann? No, there's not.
Thank you very much.
We're number one
at sucking.
John Gibson of Fixed News, today's worst person in the world.
Always striving to be the worst to Bathtub Boy.
You should crawl off into a hole and die.
But the best to you. John Gibson on Fox News Talk.